All right, shalom, shalom, boys. Yeah. Well, I have been extremely busy, and I'm about to get more busy. Looking forward to a trip we're going to do with the family. We're going to the water park because it's hot out, and even though they got a pool and stuff, uh, it'd be great to take them to the water park. So the children are going to really enjoy that. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to take off today, tomorrow, and get that done. But it's interesting. The reason I wanted to do this video was things that's been happening personally, or things that I've been personally experiencing, and it's fascinating. I mean, it's fascinating to see things come to pass. And when we look at the breakdown, when we look at the high cost of living, rent going up, food going up, gas going up, but people's wages are not going up. And when you look at the statistics, they don't not lie. The numbers don't lie. And it's one thing to hear, the Epic Economist, he does these updates, 15 signs of this, 18 signs of that, just chronicling what's going on. And the numbers don't lie. When you're talking about the average American can't come up with $400 to cover an emergency, when you're looking at over half of Americans are damn near destitute. I mean, it's sad. It really is sad. And it's one thing to hear about the statistics and read the statistics, and it is another thing to put a face to it. It's another thing to actually speak to people where these things are happening, where they are becoming homeless, where they are losing their jobs, they're losing their cars, they're losing everything. And it's grievous to the spirit, because these people, or you've gotten to know these people, and because these people, they chose a certain path. I've been getting some fascinating text messages from folk, and I'm telling you, man, I read this stuff and I give it to my wife. I said, listen, honey, read this. It's a sad situation. It really is. So, I always look at the choices and decisions that people have made and are continuing to make, and what it's yielding them. Because we all know that a good fruit or good tree cannot produce bad fruit. And a bad tree cannot produce good fruit. It's simple concepts. It's in nature, it's in life. And what we're saying is, because of people's poor choices and decisions, they're suffering and their children are suffering. Now, I always say, I think about the children. I think about the children that are going to have to suffer as a direct result of the parents or the parent that simply failed to heed the warnings and act accordingly. Because we're living in a time now where, with the inflation, it's a twofold thing, right? If the average American can't come up with $400 to save their lives, and you mean to tell me that you got people that are $200 away from total destitution, meaning that if a $200 issue took place, they couldn't handle it. A car part for their truck or their car, any of that goes, they're finished. A leaky roof, a medical emergency. A lot of people just ain't gonna go and get them teeth filled. The dental work, it ain't gonna get done. A lot of things that people need are just they're not gonna get, because there's not gonna be any money. I'll say it over and over again. You know how much a root canal costs? Now, that's not government subsidized. Saving your teeth, the government don't pay for it. And it's a large copay even if you're employed. I couldn't think about the health insurance packages that they offer today and how they gouging the employee. But we're seeing these things in real life. So how are these people going to come up with anything to do anything about this situation? They're not. They're not. And it's sad to see the delusion. It's sad to see, and a few people will get it. They'll make the moves, but the majority of people, what I'm seeing, in spite of this calamity that's coming on them, it tells me a lot about a person's character. But in addition to that, it's just prophesized. It was talking about in the book of Revelation how all of these all these issues and these distresses came up on people and they repented not. That's a powerful spirit. But, he said that he'd send people a strong delusion. And this is what people are believing in and function at, so that they may believe a lie. And these people, they believe lies. They believe flat out lies in spite of being told, being informed of the truth. But they've rejected it. It goes over there in Proverbs. He's going to reject you in your day of calamity because you rejected and you didn't want to hear. You closed your ears. You shut your eyes. The debauchery that I'm seeing, it's disheartening. I feel sorrow above all. I feel sorrow because it don't have to be this way. But people make their own choices and decisions. Everybody has a right to do that. But for those who have prepared and are continuing to prepare, I've been having to do so much research on solar because now I have the funds to get my system. And I have to make sure I'm getting the right system. But let me tell you, man, you got people saying all types of foolish stuff. Well, I'm going to just come to you. It's sad. But it was prophesied that it would be this way. You can become a good statistic, a statistic of the few, or you can be a statistic of the many. The choice is yours. And again, people believe that after all the bad decisions that they're making and the fruit that they're getting from their bad decisions, that they continue to make more bad decisions. That's schizophrenic. That's not the functioning of a healthy mind. And you're not seeing healthy minds today. You're not seeing people that you can communicate with and talk reasonably with. You're just not seeing that today. And why? Because of the desperation, because of what's going on. People are going to get more desperate. I'm telling you, man. I'm seeing it all so clearly, and it's one thing to hear a statistic. It's another thing to talk to a person and see it manifested right before your very eyes. To your jaw drop to see what these people are doing, what they're not doing, and how they're rationalizing what they're doing. When people lose everything they lose it. And I'm telling you, man, desperation is manifesting right now. People are desperate, and they're going to do anything. They're going to lie. They're going to cheat. They're going to steal. They're going to do whatever they can to survive, because at the end of the day, they're not men or women of honor and integrity, men or women of work ethic. You can always tell it. It's right there in your face. It is right there in your face. And so when you have these situations, of desperation because of the economics, and people are not able to get things done. Could you imagine moving and thinking that you're going to get a whole bunch of stuff done and not get nothing done at all? Could you imagine needing to get something done and not able to have the resources to get it done? Desperation is a serious thing. It's a dangerous thing. And you want to be mindful of what's going on, because people that are desperate will look to exploit you. People that are losing everything. There are people that will get it and understand, but then there's the majority of people, they're going to be looking to exploit and get over, rob, cheat, and steal you to get what they need. And I'm telling you, these people are out there. They are without any code, morals, ethics, and be mindful because they're there. But hey, man, you're going to be a statistic. We're all statistics. It depends on which line of the red you're going to be on the red or on the green. It's sad. But y'all stay blessed. I got some running to do.